Hey everyone, I'm Chris from Champion Helmets, and this is our review of the Schuberth C4 Pro. So Schuberth has come out with their newest modular helmet, and as the name suggests, the C4 Pro is a continuation of the C4 series of modular helmets. Now what they've done is they've improved upon a few of the features where the C4 lacked, and overall, they've made quite a decent helmet. Now first of all, we should have a look at the helmet itself. The biggest thing, if you have any experience with the older C4, that you're going to notice straight away is that it looks exactly the same. And that's because pretty much it is exactly the same on the outside. With the C4 Pro, they've really tried to change things up in the interior, and you know, there's less visible aspects. So because it is so similar, the C4 Pro is still made of the direct fiber processing method, has double density EPS foam and that kind of thing. In terms of safety, we can still expect the top level of quality, and nothing there has changed in a bad way. The chin bar of the C4 Pro is just like that of the C4. It opens easily with one button at the bottom of the chin, and it sits nicely on the brow of the helmet. When we close it, the chin bar settles pretty well onto two metal pins, which keep it nicely in place, which is just like with the original C4. So Schuberth has designed the helmet in a wind tunnel, and that is really good for the C4 Pro because it is quite good for noise isolation, particularly for a modular helmet. On top of the isolation aspect, the helmet is also pretty aerodynamic, which is most definitely a byproduct of their wind tunnel testing, and maybe just a little bit of time spent racing around the Autobahn. So the C4 Pro is still a top of the line helmet for aerodynamics. The biggest visible difference that you're going to notice is the liner on the inside of the helmet, and that's because it's now made out of satin material. So that's just made it softer, and it should give you a much nicer feel as you ride with the helmet on. And I don't have any experience yet with this liner, but it is quite soft, I can confirm that, and I expect it to do pretty well over time, really. With the shell, the direct fiber processing technology is something that really helps the C4 Pro and Schuberth in general to stand out as a strong but light helmet, because Schuberth can directly influence every little strand of fiber that goes into the making of the shell. And that means that they can strengthen like those more important areas where you're more likely to hit yourself when you have an accident or something like that, and then they can also lighten the areas and use less material in the less important areas, the places that aren't likely to be important when you need the helmet. And that just means that they can really reduce the weight as much as they can while still keeping it as strong as possible. It's a pretty effective way to combat that weight without compromising on safety. It also lets them make 3 different shell sizes, and that also keeps the weight down if you're going for a smaller size rather than a large. And it also helps with the aerodynamics and then getting you perfect fit. The double density EPS foam is also designed to compact under different levels of force, and it offers more protection and versatility when it hits something than a standard one density EPS foam that just kind of crushes, and then hopefully it crushed at the right rate for you. So the safety of this helmet is, again, like the original C4, top of the line. Now if we get to how the helmet, the C4 Pro has changed from the C4, on the inside, the smallest change is that the microphone no longer comes down from the top, but it's going to come out of one of the cheek pads. So that's nice, quality of life improvement. A lot of people asked for that just to make the helmet a bit more user friendly, and they've delivered, which I am always happy with. The visor of the C4 Pro is again pretty good. It's big, it provides good field of vision, it's easy to open, easy to use, and it seals pretty well, which is a pretty good aspect of a visor. So the visor is also really easy to change and replace or remove. And in the description, I'll leave a link to a film of ours where I show you guys how to do that. The sun visor on the C4 Pro is also the same as the sun visor on the original C4. So it's pretty good, drops down easy using a slider on the side of the helmet, and it's not hard to use with a gloved hand at all. So Schuberth has decided to give up on their dreams of making a Pinlock visor for the moment. They tried that with the original C4 and it wasn't very good at all. And we're very happy to see that they have changed their mind and gone back with the C4 Pro to the original kind of style of Pinlock visor, which we all know and love, and it should be much more reliable. Furthermore, the compartments at the bottom here for the comm system and the battery pack that goes with it were a little bit weak on the C4. They would often rattle and shake and, you know, it would be noisy. So it's good to see that they've changed that here. They've made them much stronger, much better, and doesn't really rattle or shake much more than the shell itself. So that's quite a good improvement. The ventilation is strong on the C4 Pro, just as it was with the original C4, and the two vents, one on the chin bar and one on top, vent pretty nicely all around your head. They can be easily opened and closed and should give you some good versatility when you're trying to keep cool. The liner and the design of the EPS foam also help to channel the air all around your head without much difficulty. Then one of the biggest changes is going to be with the ventilation, because the bottom ventilation here had a bad habit of falling off sometimes on the C4, which really sucked on such a high-end helmet. So they've fixed this and they've made it stronger, and they've just reworked it a little bit to make it a better ventilation system. And while they're at it, they've done it at the top as well, which didn't really need to have it, but I'm always happy to see improvements. So they've reworked the ventilation as well to make it stronger and less fragile. Now, if we talk about all those different changes, probably the last one that a few people are going to really appreciate is the fact that they've changed the shell back to a round kind of shape. With the C4, it was a oval, but Schuberth is quite well known for having their round-shaped helmets. And if you're like a lifelong fan of Schuberth, or maybe you had the C3 Pro and you wanted a C4, you would find out that your round head no longer fit the Schuberth helmet because it was an oval. And they've changed that back to the oval. This is going to fit much more like the C3 Pro or the C3. And that's a great, for some people that's going to be a great improvement. For many of us, it might not matter too much, but if it bothered you before, it's been fixed. So now looking at this helmet and how it is, I'm quite happy with the changes that they've made. What I'm very happy with is that they've dropped the price 50 euros. So I think it's going to sit much better in the marketplace of top quality modular helmets for the price point. And with all those different changes that they've made, it's been reworked in a good way. So I expect some very good things out of the Schuberth C4 Pro. So I have good news, guys. I know a lot of you really enjoyed the product bundle we have for the Schuberth C4 and the Sena SC1 communication system. And we're going to keep that going with the new C4 Pro. So you'll be able to get the Schuberth C4 Pro and the Sena SC1 advanced or standard communication pack at a nice discount when you buy at championhelmets.com. Alright everyone, I'm Chris from Champion Helmets, and this has been our review of the Schuberth C4 Pro. If you liked our content and you'd like to see more, then like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.